Hello everyone, welcome to episode 44 of Shelf Review, where today we'll be going over the discography of 12VE or 12VE. Now, first I'll have to apologize about the numbering of this because I'd already had today's video scheduled to come out at 3 today, but I got a good surprise with this discography, so I apologize for the numbering, but this is episode 44, and the episode that's coming out at 3 will be, 43. So, yeah, but so that's a brief introductory. I discovered 12VE, I should call it 12VE, by my YouTube recommended channel, on my page. So one day I was scrolling through and I ended up discovering this YouTuber by the name of Nico Not Nico. And Nico Not Nico is the man who makes the 12VE music. And I just started watching some of his videos and I really enjoyed them because they bring a parasocial aspect into the content creation scheme. So they have the more like I do with y'all, with just filming on my phone and just kind of talking with the person not with the person but with the audience as if they're there in person. It makes it seem more intimate. And I just really enjoy that. I started actually picking up on that a lot recently with Internet Pit Stop and all of that. So it's just kind of fun and it just makes the content more immersive. So I really enjoyed that. I mean, he has a very crass and goofy type of humor, and I mean, though I don't partake in it myself, it is very enjoyable and it's very goofy and very stupid. Now, it's not for all people, it's very kind of elementary, but I enjoy it. And then it kind of reminds me of Jay Schlatt in a way, but so I started watching his videos, I really enjoyed him, and then the other day he made a video where he was talking about his music, and I was like, you know what, and he was talking about his dreams of being a musician, and I was like, you know what, I want to check it out, I want to see what this is all about. And I am gladly surprised, because when it comes to content creators, I really enjoy when I get to see their actual person through something. Because, with Jay Schlatt's my favorite content creator of all time. I love Jay Schlatt. And I love how I get to see his character on, Jay Schlatt Live and stuff like that. But when I listen to, the Weekly Slap or something like that, I get to see who Jay Schlatt actually is. I love when there's a character, but you can also discover who the person actually is through other forms of content. And that's what I feel like I had here with 12VE. Because the Nico Not Nico character, I believe, is a character. I don't believe it's I don't believe it's actually him. I believe actually him is probably what we hear in his music. And, when it comes to music, I guess that concept kind of reminds me of Tyler, the Creator, in a way, especially in his first, I'd say 3 albums, since Cherry Bomb really isn't a persona. But, so, you have the first 3 Tyler, the Creator albums, he kind of presents a character, and you don't really get to understand the actual Tyler. But it was his later albums, and with just interviews with him and stuff, you actually see who Tyler is. And that just kind of reminded me of learning a person through music or learning a person through their content. It just kind of reminded me of the concept we have here with 12VE. Now, with 12VE, I would honestly say that if I were to approximate it to any type of music that I've heard, I would say the sound of it is close to The Weeknd. I haven't listened to a lot of The Weeknd, but what I have, I really have enjoyed. And this sound really reminds me of The Weeknd. Now, when it comes to lyricism and all that, lyrics and sound in some songs, I would say it's kind of close to Bryson Tiller in a way, because, I mean, it has those focuses on, women and relations with said women, not always appropriate relations, but it just has that similar kind of topic to it in most of the songs. Now there are other songs that are focused more on just struggling with oneself and stuff like that, and desire and all that good stuff. And that's one thing. Though I don't partake in women in such a way because of religious values, but I still believe that a message can be derived from such types of music, because though you may not be out here partaking in women of the night, to use a euphemism, you do still experience some of the things that these people are experiencing, such as desire, and a desire to be loved, a desire to feel something. And that's what I like with music, is that you can connect with lyrics even though you don't know them, haven't taken in those experiences and stuff like that. With Stained, it's my favorite band of all time, and though I haven't lived a lot of things that the Stained lyrics discuss, I can still relate to them in a broader concept, because, I mean, everything can be broken down or it can be made grander. So that's one thing I liked about 12VE's music, is because though I can't relate, like I said, with just going out and doing things like that, I can relate to just the desire. And for example, I mean, I've only ever been in one long-term relationship, which I'm currently still in. So I don't really have that type of experience that he's been through and all of that. but I can still relate to it. So I really enjoyed that. And but yeah, so I guess I'll go into like kind of the music and what I really liked about it. Also, I do not mean this as an insult at all, but the music really reminds me of like Rocket League music, and I love Rocket League music. Rocket League music is phenomenal. Like, it's some of the catchiest music you'll ever play. If you play Rocket League, you will have those tunes in your head forever after you're done playing. But yeah, it's just kind of like the sound of it and all that, and just like the way the beats were made. I was like, that reminds me of Rocket League. I've been wanting to play Rocket League a bit recently, so I might also get back into it because of this music. But yeah, so some of my favorite songs were things like Call You Mine, Waste, Eyes, Obsessions, or Obsesses? I believe it's Obsesses. Crap, I'd have to look back. But it's Obsessed something. That was my favorite song. I loved that song. It was really good, and I just love the beat of it, the pace, and all that. Because I've always liked more fast-paced music. And I mean, not all of the songs are fast-paced, but they do have good beats, and they have good lyrics. But like, and a lot of his songs are kind of somber, so if you're not wanting to feel a little bit sad, then I wouldn't recommend listening to it at the moment. But listen to it at some point, because I believe there's always a place and time for sad music. Because like, I love the Sundays, the Smiths, the Cure, not Joy Division. I listen to Joy Division, mid-eye band, but like still, there's a time and place for it. And when you do listen to it, it's really good. Like, I don't listen to the Smiths all the time, though. I really enjoy them because I don't want to be sad all the time. But yeah, I think you can listen to 12VE even when you're not sad, and it won't make you sad. It's just good music. It's good stuff to vibe with and just chill with, and I really enjoyed that about it. Because, I mean, I wasn't feeling sad today, and I listened to, well, today or last night, I listened to it throughout the whole thing, throughout the whole time, and I enjoyed it. I didn't get sad. It was just W tunes. Yeah, so like I said, Waste, SXY, Lifeline, and those are kind of the singles that I liked. Now, when we get into the albums, I really don't know what my opinion would be on the albums as compared to the singles. Because the singles, I believe, had higher highs, but I believe that the albums were consistently good throughout. Now, when it comes to Vice, which is the first album, I believe, okay, this is not to a detriment because it was all solid, but it did have kind of a samey sound throughout. However, you had your good songs like Dear Mother and You're Wrong. You're Wrong was probably the best song on the album in my opinion. And Silence in Your Hands, I believe that was what it's called. I'm still a little bit rusty on these because like, I just listened to them like the last day or so. Like, I don't even remember the exact name of the second album. But yeah, so like the You're Wrong, I liked it because it was one of the more fast-paced songs, and it just got me going a little bit more. But like Dear Mother, it is a sad song, and I mean, it's not really sad, but it's just kind of almost like someone talking to their mother, like almost like Hey Mama by Kanye West on Late Registration. Yeah, second album. Yeah, I just like that kind of concept of a song, and Silence in Your Hand is just a good song all around. But yeah, that album was a really solid album, but like I feel like it had lower highs than some of the singles did, but I still feel like it is a very solid album and is absolutely worth listening to. And then we move on to the second album, and the second album, I liked it, I would say more, I don't know, because the first album has like a more solid track throughout, or run list, or track list, but the second album, I just feel like it had higher highs, but I don't think it was as solid throughout. So, like, my favorite song on it was probably, I would say, I don't know, I mean, it's probably XXX or Lorem Ipsum, or XXXX, 4X's, or Lorem Ipsum. Both of those were really good songs. And, yeah, like, I don't really know what to say about that album, because it was good, it had high highs, but it just wasn't what I don't know, I was expecting, I guess I came in expecting more of what Vice was, and I got more of an experimental thing, and it was good. And it just had more variance, and I liked that variance, but I feel like the variants need more development. Like, I think that the next album 3, which I think he's working on because he mentioned having to finish up an album on one of his videos, will be phenomenal, because I feel like that's when he'll really get his stride going. Because Vice was really solid, 2 was experimental and good, and, well, that's not the name of the album, but it's the second album. And so I think 3 will combine all those and just be phenomenal throughout. But, yeah, so, like, I just really enjoyed both of the albums. I enjoyed all the singles. The singles were really good. Like I said, Obsess, or Obsession, or Obsesses, whatever it was. Obsess something. That was a really good song. I loved that song. And, whatchamacallit, I love the cover arts for all of the singles and the albums, especially the Det and SXY cover arts, especially the Det one. The Det one just looked cool. And My Room, so it's a cat on a pool table. When I saw like the tassels at like the pocket of the pool table, I thought that was like 5 arms from the cat. I was like, bro, what type of demon-eyed cat is here? But yeah, it was just really solid cover art throughout. Eyes has a really cool cover art. Waist does too. Waist has like a cataract white eye with Waist written on it, so that's kind of cool. And the single version of XXXX has cool too. It kind of reminds me of Slow Dive's cover art for, I can't remember what song it is. It's like Catch the Wind or something like that. But yeah, so I guess I just really enjoyed that all throughout. I mean, it really depends when it comes to music how I perceive it as being art or not. Like, I consider Stain to absolutely be art. Playboi Carti, who's my second favorite artist of all time, I don't consider all of his songs to be art. Now, there is one that I do absolutely consider to be art. Poke It Out with on Die Lit. That song is literally art. Like, it has to be on surround sound though. If you listen to it with just earbuds, then you're not going to get the full experience. You got to get in your car, blast that sucker as high as you can get, and let it vibrate your soul. Because Poke It Out is literally a musical masterpiece when it comes to sound design. But when it comes to 12VE, he achieved many things when it comes to actually making music and art. I believe his music is art because he took the aspects of the phenomenal beats, but he also did the integration of, I believe his music is best consumed if you watch his channel Nico Not Nico as well, because you get that character, but then you also get him. So it shows a creative separation from character and person. Like, you can't do that unless you are an artist or mentally ill, because you either have some multi-personality disorder or you're an artist. And I believe that he is an artist because he is able to create this character on his one channel and then present himself in his music. And I just really enjoy that because, like I said, I like that kind of parasocial connection with smaller, like, YouTubers or musicians and all of that. And I love to see his actual person. I love to see who he is, or at least who I believe he actually is, through his music, while also getting to enjoy his character on the side. So like I said, with Schlatt, with his like Schlatt Live and his other stuff, and then with the weekly slap. But yeah, I just really like that, and I believe that is absolutely an artist and an artful choice because it takes a lot to create a character. I mean, I've never really written much prose or fiction or novellas or anything like that, but I know that it takes a lot to build a character and to, I guess, characterize said character. But yeah, I just really enjoyed the aspect of getting to see him as a person through his music and kind of connect to him on that deeper level, not a deeper level, but on a level that isn't exactly just laughing at the comedy he presents with his Nico Not Nico channel. But yeah, all around, I really enjoyed his discography, and I would recommend it to anyone who enjoys rap, like more somber music, like anything like The Weeknd, or like I said, Bryson Tiller, or Rocket League music, because if you like Rocket League music, then you need to listen to his music, because it's just as good. It's even better. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about 12VE, or like I said, 12VE's discography. So I thank you very much for watching episode 44 of Shelf Review, and I'll see you later.